It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the London Bulldogs and the Minnesota Vikings. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Novak. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the #1 thing he does best is tackle.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there.
Gun! Now let's go! 319! 319! Gun!
From the gun, Novak. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 83 yards. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. He'll get it up the middle. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To throw on second down. Novak. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
On third down, Novak. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Herrera. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw. Novak. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter In there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
Now Rosen on 1st down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
They'll look to throw on 1st down to Josh Rosen. Open space inside the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Gone, 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 gone.
Rosen will throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to drop those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun. Novak. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But thankfully, this is corralled by the offense, so they will, in fact, hold on to the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Novak. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
He's got it complete to Diggs once again. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. Zerline out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Gets around him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 1st down, Novak. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. From the gun, Novak. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. And a huge play that time. And even 50 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Detroit! Detroit! We got three, fellas. We got 3. Gun! 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 Gun!
Throwing on 1st down. Novak. Buying time to his left. Breaks a tackle. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Rosen. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there for Minnesota. 56 yards. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. A give. This is Cook. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
on second down, Rosen. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. And now it's Rosen looking. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
36. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
On first and 10, Novak. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
To throw is Rosen. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit, right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Detroit! Detroit! Alert! Alert! Detroit! Detroit! Mike 57! Mike 57!
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. On second down, Cook. And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Rosen. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fielded at the 20. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Operating from the gun. Novak is going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Detroit!
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On first down, Novak over the middle, complete. It's Herrera, and he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Looking to throw on second down. Novak eluding the pressure right. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The return of Cook, a big boost to this Viking offense. Here's first and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Quan Alexander in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Rosen looking to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. By the way, third quarter now in Cincinnati as we take a look at the NFL scoreboard. And the Bengals have extended their lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 25. And this return's going to go backwards about 8 yards, but the interception is good, and they have the football.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Rosen. Wide open receiver complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Detroit!
From the gun, Novak, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Back to throw. Novak. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 47. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rosen. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Rosen to throw. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes
and they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Tight end right. Alert, alert. 3 down. Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on 1st down. Novak. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. In for the score. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. Now for the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And that will get them one closer. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete there. A nice hit, jars the ball free, and brings up third down. The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Got three. 3 down. 24's the mic.
Now it's Rosen. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Holloway. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Gun!
Rosen again on 2nd and 10. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Gun! I'm coming after you! I'm coming after you! I'm coming after you!
Rosen on 1st and 10. He's going to air one out. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. As his guys are in for 6. And this Viking offense is running away with this one.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. But you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down. Novak. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Novak. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Novak. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though,
and pressure gets to him again. Emmanuel Agba in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to go down again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They're on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, at Bank of America Stadium in Carolina. It's the Panthers moving back in front in what's been a seesaw affair. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. Oh, Rosen's going to throw it. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Play action here with Rosen. And this is caught at the 8. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead will swell by one more. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. What a spin. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Looking to throw. Novak. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Novak. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Herrera. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Detroit! On 1st down, Novak. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game.